Dustin, we had a great story over on one of our sister sites here, one that is near and dear to your heart, and one that really and truly tons of information, tons of time, tons of man hours that you guys put in to get this story together.
Yeah, I mean, I wrote a story actually, so that's how important it is. I guess I don't write a whole lot of stories these days, but we got the documents from the change of the Wire Act, which has been in the background of everything that's going on in online gaming right now. Back in early 2019, the Department of Justice said it was rescinding previous guidance and opinion on the Wire Act to say that does not just impact sports betting, that it impacts all forms of gambling in the United States. And that has resulted in a federal court case. It has put a lot of people on edge on what online sports betting and online gambling looks like in the country, and even lotteries and things, because the Wire Act deals with interstate gambling, and that could impact things like the Powerball and Mega Millions and things like that, which are huge revenue drivers for states. So that's the background for this. The New Jersey Attorney General put in a Freedom of Information Act request trying to link lobbying for this, what was going on with the Wire Act and the change that came to parties that don't like online gambling and don't want to see its expansion. Now, they were looking for possibly a link between Sheldon Adelson and lobbyists that were trying to get the Department of Justice to change its opinion, and there's no direct evidence of that, but there was a lot of stuff going on between external lobbyists and lawyers and the Department of Justice circa 2017, a year and a half before this actually came out. And it was interesting because we have all these emails of people like talking about this well before the opinion came out. So we didn't uncover a smoking gun, but it certainly was interesting to see there was a ton of influence and a ton of discussions had because of these external lawyers that kind of brought this to the people's attention. And it's also in the backdrop of apparently we're going to have a congressional hearing about the integrity of college sports, and I'm sure the Wire Act will come up there. And the Wire Act, we don't talk about it all the time, but it kind of hangs over everything in the U.S., including sports betting. It kind of makes it difficult to have it on any kind of interstate basis, makes rules a little more difficult. So it's an interesting read. I tried my best to take a very complicated. We had, me and Eric Ramsey, who also writes for us and runs Online Poker Report. We spent a lot of time just trying to take a lot of information and put it into digestible form and in kind of timeline order. So if you're into the vagaries of what's happened with the Wire Act, I think it's an interesting read and kind of shed some light on what's going on in terms of the Wire Act and its impact on U.S. gambling.
And that is over at Online Poker Report, one of our sister sites. So be sure and head over there. Lots of good information over there as well. Maybe not as sports betting heavy over there, but if you're into kind of all of this stuff, you can find some really good information over there.